Did you know that cats are more sensitive to the cold than we think? Today we're going to talk about how to identify the signs that your kitty is feeling cold and needs a little extra comfort. After all, no one wants to see their furry friend uncomfortable, right? Stay until the end to learn everything about how to protect your cat from the cold and ensure that they stay safe and warm. The cats we have in our homes today are descended from felines that, for the most part, lived in hot, dry environments. This means that even after centuries of domestication, they maintain some characteristics that make them less resistant to the cold compared to other animals. If you've ever seen your cat avoid cold places, it's instinct speaking loudly. They were made for heat, and when the temperature drops, signs of discomfort appear quickly. Some cats, especially short haired and hairless ones, such as Sphinx, feel cold more easily. For these cats, low temperatures can be really uncomfortable, and they need help to stay warm. But what many owners don't know is that even cats with thicker fur, such as Maine Coons, can also feel cold. These behaviors that we see in our cats today come from their inherited instincts. In the wild, cats seek to protect themselves from the cold by sheltering in dens or enclosed spaces to conserve heat. This same behavior explains why, on cold days, your cat may disappear under blankets or hide in corners of the house. It is a protective instinct that is still part of their nature. Cats are masters at adapting to their surroundings, and the way they sleep says a lot about how they're feeling. When the cold sets in, one of the first signs is to see them curled up in a very compact position, which helps to conserve body heat. This is the first and one of the most common signs that your cat is cold. If your cat is cold, he will adopt the classic ball position, with his entire body curled up, his tail wrapped around his body, and even his head resting on his paws to reduce skin exposure. In this position, he tries to keep the heat inside him, using his own body as a barrier against the cold. And look, it's not just short-haired cats that do this. If you pay close attention, even cats with longer fur can start to curl up like this on cold days. Have you ever caught your cat sleeping in this position and never knew why? It could be that he was protecting himself from the cold. Another important detail is where he chooses to sleep. On warmer days, your cat may sleep in open spaces and stretch out. But in cold weather, he seeks out surfaces that help to warm him, such as fabrics, blankets, or less cold surfaces. Imagine how uncomfortable it must be to lie on the cold floor. If your cat has started to avoid colder places, this is one of the first signs that he is trying to give you that he needs warmth. Another very clear sign that your cat is feeling cold is when he starts to seek heat in the warmest places in the house. Cats are true heat seekers, and on cold days, they will look for any spot in the house that can help them warm up. Be it a heater, a ray of sunlight coming through the window, or even your computer. On cold days, you will notice that your cat goes straight to these warm areas. It is almost as if they have a radar that guides them to where there is the most heat. Who has never found their cat lying on top of the keyboard or near the laptop charger? They know exactly where to find a source of heat. Another interesting detail is that this heat-seeking behavior can intensify at night when the temperature usually drops even further. Often your cat may even change where he sleeps, preferring to stay in higher areas, where the air is slightly warmer, or even seeking out your owner's bed to warm up with. Have you ever noticed your cat sleeping closer to you on cold nights? It's a sign that your cat is looking for some warmth from its owner to feel comfortable. Enjoying the sun's rays is one of cats' favorite habits when they feel cold. They change places throughout the day, following the points of the house where the sun shines. This behavior is very common and is a natural way to keep warm. Another sign that your cat may be cold is the appearance of their fur. On cold days, many cats will have a slight reaction of raising their fur as a way of creating an extra layer of protection and conserving heat. By slightly raising their fur, your cat's body creates a layer of air between their skin and the outside environment, which helps to keep heat close to their body. This is an instinctive adaptation that they use to conserve temperature, and you may notice that their fur appears more voluminous or ruffled. If you've ever noticed your cat's fur becoming fluffier or even slightly ruffled on cold days, now you know why. It may seem like they're just primping, but in fact, they're activating a natural defense to protect themselves. Pay attention to the subtle change in the volume of your cat's fur, especially if they have short hair, as the effect may be more subtle. It often occurs along with other signs, such as curling up in a sleeping position. Just like cats, other mammals also have this response to the cold. This is a common instinct in many animals that need to keep warm in cold environments, and cats have inherited this behavior from their ancestors. Another interesting detail is that some cats, even indoors, activate this effect as soon as they notice a drop in temperature, even if it is subtle. So, if you have noticed your cat's fur getting thicker indoors, it may be trying to let you know that it is cold. In addition to appearing thicker, you may notice that the fur has a slightly different texture, as if it were rougher or less silky. This happens because the fur stands up slightly and, in some cases, even becomes stiffer to help trap heat. When the cold weather arrives, cats can have a drastic decrease in energy levels. It is common for them to seem less willing to play and spend much of the day sleeping or resting. This is one of the clearest signs that your cat is feeling the impact of the low temperatures. Just as we humans are more likely to curl up in blankets and rest on cold days, cats also conserve energy during these periods. On cold days, you will notice that they tend to take longer breaks and prefer warm places to sleep, often neglecting to play. Have you ever noticed that? On colder days, your cat seems more sleepy. This behavior is completely normal and is a natural response to the environment. Less physical activity helps the cat to conserve heat as it reduces energy expenditure. Cats are experts at conserving energy and instinctively know that moving less helps to keep their bodies warm. Another interesting detail is that on cold days, cats can change their sleeping routine a little, sleeping more during the day and becoming calmer at night, a way of compensating for the low temperatures. To help your cat stay warm and comfortable, create a cozy space for them. Place a soft bed in a quiet area or offer a blanket where they usually sleep. This small gesture makes a big difference to them. One of the cutest signs that your cat is feeling cold is when they start asking for more affection and closeness. On cold days, they may become even more affectionate, seeking their owner's warmth to keep them warm and comfortable. Your cat may seek your lap more often, lie closer to your body, or even ask to curl up next to you on the bed or sofa. This behavior is a way of seeking warmth, but it's also a demonstration of trust and affection. On cold days, the presence of their owner is a true shelter for them. If you have noticed that your cat becomes more affectionate when the temperature drops, know that this is one of the ways they ask for help to warm up and show that they trust you. This is the perfect time to return the affection and make them feel welcomed and comfortable. On cold days, this approach is not only a search for warmth, but also a sign that they feel safe by your side. To make the moment even more special, offer a blanket or pillow while they rest with you. This helps the cat to stay warm for longer and also creates an even stronger bond between you. This moment of closeness is more than just a search for warmth. It is a reminder that, just as we like to be with those who are good for us, cats also seek comfort in those they trust. Have you noticed that your cat becomes more needy and seeks more closeness on cold days? Tell us in the comments how he acts during these moments and share the way you welcome your feline friend in the winter. Taking care of your cat during cold weather goes far beyond just ensuring their physical comfort. It's an opportunity to strengthen the bond between you, creating moments of affection and protection that will make your feline friend feel even more special and loved. If you notice any of the signs we've shown today, such as cowering, seeking out warm places, bristling fur, drowsiness, or wanting more affection, remember, these are subtle ways your cat is telling you that he needs a little more warmth and care. So, offer a warm space, a blanket, or a little lap so he can snuggle up. Small gestures like these make a big difference and will ensure that he spends the winter as comfortably and happily as possible. Now we want to hear from you. Share your own tips on how to keep your cat warm and how he reacts on cold days in the comments. Your ideas can certainly help other owners to take better care of their felines during the winter. And of course, if you like this content and want more tips on how to take care of your cat, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell to receive the next updates. Until the next video, and may you and your kitties have a warm winter full of love.